These are two local artists who are actually making tiles for the future ancient dance floor. This is Tess and Mariel, her daughter. They are also part of my dance community, and they're working now currently on a project. I'll let them introduce themselves and explain what they're doing.
My name is Tess, and I'm doing this picture in tile. So I just started this yesterday, but I'm hoping to finish it today. And Warren had introduced me to painting and, you know, tile painting, and it's I really like it. It makes me relax. And my daughter is into sculpture. She was making a hippo. Show them, Mario.
Oh, yeah, I'll show them. Yeah, here, show them on the camera. They can point to the camera.
It's a happy hippo.
Yeah.
And this is her first time. It's really nice.
And then Mariel down here has one of her contributions for the whole there.
For the whole. She wrote her name.
I am one of the three musketeers here at Scherich Gallery. I'm happy and honored to be a part of this video and take you through the experience that I've been honored to and privileged to have. So yeah, this is some of the work that we made last week, and we were taken through a workshop by Karen, by one of the lovely facilitators here, and she just kind of gave us tiles, gave us, you know, a kind of guidance, and let us roam free. And this is what came out. And then what Warren does, he gets these tiles and puts them into the kiln, and it becomes a whole different art piece. You can see how it changes here, and I've just been learning a lot. I'm an artist. I like poetry, theater, and this is kind of being able to mix all these thoughts that are in my brain and be able to put them out onto a canvas, right? Because this is a different kind of canvas here. It's beautiful. So I met Warren on top of a mountain, meditating, and we were both astonished by this heart on the ground, and we thought we were both the creators of it. We thought each one of us was, oh, did you make the heart, or whose heart are you in? And so we met, and he was up there putting up his Dogu statues, and or maybe not putting them up, but he was just out there doing his thing, hiking. And I met, that's where we met, and then he just gave me a bag of clay. He just gave me a bag of clay and told me, do what you will. You know, he basically gave me the freedom to do what I wanted with the possibilities that are found inside a bag of clay, mud, right? And it's funny because, you know, mud is just earth, it's dirt, and with this freedom, I was able to create these little figurines, which, if you notice, they're animals found in the Antelope Valley, right? We got the lizard, you got the rabbit, the jackrabbits, you got these little gopher dudes running around everywhere, the rabbits, and they really have, especially since the pandemic started, that's when I ran into Warren, that's when I was able to start being part of this experience. I was able to notice these creatures more when I would go out for my walks, when I would go out for my jogs and stuff, and they become part of me. And once I was giving this material to shape, I shaped what I see, and I see these beautiful little creatures running around, and I've added, my own meaning to some of them. We got people on them and what they reflect, right? The sun, flowers, growth, and that's what this whole experience has been for me, mostly just growth and putting to work our hands to make something beautiful, to express ourselves and help ourselves understand ourselves better, through our own expressions. And it's been a hell of a ride. So I am a human being. My name is Basilio Hernandez, and I am one of the three musketeers here at Scherich Gallery. So, and I wish I could be more calm talking to you, but I get nervous around cameras and at the time and everything. But yes, this is another one of the tiles that I was privileged to make here. And if you notice this one's different. This one actually started, this is supposed to be all one piece, and they were it is one piece, but it was rearranged differently. I ended up putting, it used to be a snail dude, a snail king, and he became part of the picture instead of being its own thing. And this was fired in the kiln, and you can notice how it goes into these dreamy, beautiful, different kind of colors that are produced through fire and through power and through hands. And this one is like an eagle man. And a lot of my work is very influenced by Warren's. It was all in me, but once I came here, it kind of rekindled this fire. There's like, wow, I can make ancient looking, very, you could say Mesoamerican. It's very Mesoamerican. It's like this style, and I love it. It's been helping me dig into my own roots, as what you can call maybe, a human artist. Yeah. And then this one is just another one of the landscapes here, and I've been working with the Joshua trees. I really think the Joshua trees here in the Antelope Valley are a big, significant stamp of, I love to hug these. I recommend you go hug one of these Joshua trees whenever you can, because they're so flaky and they're wearing themselves as they grow out. And just pay attention to them and give them hugs. And I actually added this new level to it where I'm using Joshua tree spikes, or the things that fall off of the Joshua tree, to add more designs into the paint. And this is kind of how we use earth to keep creating, because this is all earth and its products. And that is me. Thank you.
What about, you gotta show the cobra.
Oh, the clay stuff? So this was one of the Three Musketeers' first projects that we were graced with here. Warren just gave us bags of clay and said, you got an hour to make 10 faces. And so this is the product. They're all separate. See, these are mine here. I was able to make a cobra. This is Devin's here, which you're going to meet later, and he made a mask and mushrooms, and they all have faces in them, but they were all spawned from the same set of premise, or same set of rules. It's just take this clay and make 10 faces, and this is the beauty that came out of it. And a lot of my stuff is very like tribal, and again, it's I would say it's very much influenced by the master Warren, and this is us. This is what we do. It's beautiful.
Hi, I'm Devin. I met Warren through Basilio only about, maybe a week or two ago? And I am very happy that he introduced us. I've done a lot of work with Basilio as far as like Theater of the Oppressed, and we've done a lot of marching, a lot of protesting, a lot of stuff, and I was very happy when I saw that he had met an artist up in the hills. I'll tell you, I don't draw, I don't paint, I don't sculpt. At least as of 2 weeks ago, I didn't do those things. But Karen gave us these tiles and some landscape portraits and told us to do the best we could. So one of the main themes in all my work is that there's a lot of mistakes that I turned into something that I tried to make So I believe this was my first one. And I was moving it around, and the paint started to drip. And I was very unhappy with my lines and everything. And then when the paint started dripping, I was like, that looks kind of cool. Like, you know, it made the color different. And, you know, I think I was trying to copy Basilio with his sky work, and it just wasn't happening. And so then I did this one, and I tried to elevate a little with the color and the texture. And then with this one, I actually, I didn't have a picture. So I looked over this wall right here, and like this is that, or my interpretation of it. This one, just everything that could have went wrong. Like it just, nothing would, I don't even know what I was going for, but I kind of, you remember Nick Jr., the face? This is how I see the face, you know. And then I guess we have some omelet action going on here. And I love how when we fire it, no matter how uniform it looks, when it comes out of the fire, you're going to have like the contrast, like here with the smile, here with this mask that I was very proud of. But once it came out, I was even more proud of it because it looks like I really did something. But all that happened was my mistakes got burnt away. So, and this was me trying to perfect the drip. It's like, okay, let's paint some mountains. So I had this idea of like rainbow hills. And yeah, so I went, you know, one by one. Before I glued the tiles down, I would just pick them up, let a little bit run. And it kind of mangled my flowers, but maybe I'm just being naive or tooting my own horn, but I really feel like there's something beautiful about the mangled flowers because at the end of the day, nothing is truly perfect. I think that everything on this planet is perfectly imperfect, and that's how we coexist. This piece, this was my attempt at, actually this got moved around. This was me trying to be like Basilio and Warren and try my own sort of, you know, Aztec, what's the word y'all, Mesoamerican type of a thing, but very novice at it. If you look closely, there's a rabbit. It's a rabbit. These are his eyes. His mouth starts here, and the rest of him is not there. I'm probably going to add to this. Yeah. You know, it came out how it came out. I'm working on this. I decided that maybe I should do something a little simpler and not try, like, things that, you know, I know that I don't have the training for. So I was like, okay, how about I just make a face? And then I could not get this nose right. And I was going to do like war paint. I grew up a real big wrestling fan. So I was going to do like war paint like the Ultimate Warrior or Sting. But when I put this line here to start that warrior mask, I was like, duh, mask. Now he doesn't need a nose. So again, there's mistakes here that turned into something. And I'm not done with it, but these will be my viruses. And he's sort of screaming behind the mask. I don't even know what I was thinking. It was just like, make a mask. And yeah, I feel like there's something African or African American. When I look at the top here, I feel like there's a... I want to be correct. I don't want to get slammed on your page. But I really feel like there's a, for lack of a better term, a kind of a pinkanini thing going on here that I don't find offensive. I like it. I feel like it's part of my culture and part of my history, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. So I went with it, and it added dimensions to it to make it look a little more artistic. This was actually the very last one I did as I started to get like a little bit better at sculpting. I made this mushroom man that's actually 2 separate pieces. And I don't know, I like it. I like mushrooms. They're easy to make, but they're not. Like, you can do more, you know, adding the texture, making it look a little more artistic. I was proud of these. I was like, it looks shroomy. And this was one I'll show you, just so you can see the progression. This was my first mushroom. And like Basilio said, our task was that we can make what we want, but they have to be faces. So this mushroom has kind of a... I feel like this is kind of a lizardy face, but not quite. But, you know, obviously I put a little more time into this one and tried to just, you know, show Warren that I was actually learning. So this was the first thing I sculpted. This was the last. Everything has a face. There's this while I was somewhere in between. It didn't quite come out how I wanted it to, but I had this elaborate two-faced idea in my head. I know I'm not supposed to show other people's stuff, but he didn't show the back of this. And I just love the back of this. And I wanted to show it. And then I have this snake, which... qualified as a head. This, I don't know, but this is how it came out. You know, sometimes I have an idea of where I'm going, but I very rarely am able to truly execute the idea in my head. But if I do have a skill, it's making the most out of my errors, mistakes, and shortcomings. I come from the school of improv. I'm an improv comedian. So it's like you work with what you got. And yeah, that's me working with what I got. Thank you, guys.
Well, Karen and I met in the dance floor several years ago. It was love at first sight. However, it took me 6 months to convince her of that. And then we've been together ever since. She is a dance partner and my colleague here at the Scherich Studio and Gallery. She does impressionist landscapes. Last week she ran a workshop for the Three Musketeers, teaching them techniques. Basically, here's what you need to get started, and then pushing them into their own future. Now I'm going to turn it over to Karen.
Hi. So, of course, just like Warren does, he gave me tiles and said, here, do something with them. And I found all these different glazes, different colors, and so I started painting on them instead of doing the drawings that he does. And so I came up with some of my own techniques, and like a lot of times I will use water and actually let that, you know, create its own flow and make things like that. I love sunsets and sunrises and mountains, and so a lot of times when we go somewhere we will take photos of different places that we like, and so then I started painting those. A lot of times I will have a picture, or on my phone I'll have a picture and then try to recreate that as good as I can, and then try with different colors and different, you know, putting water on them and seeing how it flows and stuff like that. And then again, like the guys were saying, it changes a lot of times once you fire it, what you think it looked like before doesn't necessarily, you know, look the same once it comes out of the kiln. But then after they're fired, they get mounted on boards, and so then you can display them on the wall or however you want. And these are some that I've just been working on, this one and this one. And if we go over back there, then you can see what a finished tile painting looks like.
Well, before you move,
Oh, here are,
talk about wonderlooks.
Warren also gave me a bag of clay and said, here, make something. So he has his dogus, so I made creatures that I call Wunderlich. I thought they would be friends, but then Warren decided they're going to be arch enemies because that makes a better story. So here are some of my Wunderlichs. They're more leafy people. And so a lot of times we will take them with us. We have smaller ones as well, and then we'll set them out for future people to find and make up their own story for them. And the name Wunderlich came because his daughter said they look whimsical, so I looked up whimsical in different languages, and in Flemish it's Wunderlich. So then I thought, okay, that sounds like a good name for them.
Pleasure to meet you, videographer man.
Thank you. You too.
Beautiful. Thank you guys. Seriously. Sorry.
Bye, you guys. Thanks. Have a good day.
Here and introduce yourself.